Page 48. The pig, the bullocks, the sheep, the pony, and the nanny goat. At that moment, George's mother came back from the shopping in the village. She drove her car into the yard and got out. She was carrying a bottle of milk in one hand and a bag of groceries in the other. The first thing she saw was a gigantic brown hen towering over George. She dropped the bottle of milk. Then Grandma started shouting at her from the rooftop, and when she looked up and saw Grandma's head sticking out through the tiles, she dropped the bag of groceries. "How about that, eh, Mary?" Grandma shouted. "I'll bet you've never seen a hen as big as that. That's George's giant hen, that's it." But, stammered George's mother. "It's George's magic medicine," Grandma shouted. "We both of it had it, the hen and I." "But how in the world did you get up through the roof?" cried the grandmother. "I didn't," cackled the old woman. "My feet are still standing on the floor in the living room." This was too much for George's mother to understand. She just goggled and gaped. She looked as though she was going to faint. A second later, George's father appeared. His name was Mr. Killiecrankie. Mr. Cranky was a small man with bandy legs and a huge head. He was a kind of father to George, but he was not an easy person to live with because even the smallest things got him all worked up and excited. The hen standing in the yard was certainly not a small thing, and when Mr. Cranky saw it, he started jumping up about through something was burning his feet. "Great heavens!" he cried, waving his arms. "What's this? What's happened? Where did it come from? It's a giant hen. Who did it?" "I did," George said. "Look at me," Grandma shouted from the rooftop. "Never mind about the hen. What about me?" Mr. Cranky looked up at Grandma. "Shut up, Grandma," he said. It didn't seem to surprise him that the old girl was sticking up through the roof. It was the hen that excited him. He had never seen anything like that before, but then who had? "It's fantastic," Mr. Cranky shouted, dancing around all around. "It's colossal, it's gigantic, it's tremendous, it's a miracle. How did you do it, George?" George started telling his father about the magic medicine. While he was doing this, the big brown hen sat down in the middle of the yard and went on cluck, 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 cluck. Everyone stared at it. Everyone. When it stood up again, there was a brown egg laying there. The egg was the size of a football. "That egg would make scrambled eggs for 20 people, Mrs. Cranky said. "George," Mr. Cranky shouted, "how much of this medicine have you got?" "Lots," George said. "There's a big pot full in the kitchen, and this bottle's nearly full." "Come with me," Mr. Cranky yelled, grabbing George by the arm. "Bring the medicine. For years and years, I've been trying to breed bigger and bigger animals, bigger bulls for beef, bigger pigs for pork, bigger sheep for mutton." They went on to the pigsty first. George gave a spoonful of medicine to the pig. The pig blew smoke from its nose and jumped about all over the place. Then it grew and grew. In the end, it looked like this. They went to the herd of fine black bullocks that Mr. Cranky was trying to flatten for the market. George gave each one of them medicine, and this is what happened. Then the sheep. He gave some to the gray pony, Jack Frost. And finally, just for fun, he gave some to Alma, the nanny goat. And that's the end, 57.